Hello, everyone. Today we got to play Land and Sea.
Land versus Sea.
Oh, Land versus Sea. So this game is a tile placement game, but before we get into it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell because board games, they're so awesome. All right, so tell us more about this particular game, Randy.
Well, this was a Gen Con release. It was 2021, and as of today, it still has no Board Game Geek rating or rank. 2 to 4 player game. It's really a 2-player game. As a matter of fact, the people at the booth told me you can play it 2 or 4. 3 is kind of thrown in. They didn't recommend it, but it's in the rule book, an optional rule to play it 3-player. If you play it 4-player, it's teams though. So it's 40 minutes long. I don't know that it has to be. I mean, I think we could probably.
We went through very quickly.
We could have probably played it faster if we didn't have a trip out for food in the middle of it. Age 14 and up. I don't see any reason this has to be 14 and up.
No.
No, I mean, there's nothing that complex about it, especially since the way the rules teach it, which we'll get to in the rules a little bit, they break it down into pieces where you don't have to learn it all at once. There's no reason the base game you couldn't play
Sarah could play this. Sarah could play this.
Yeah.
It's not an issue.
Designed by Jean-Paul Jacques. Artist is Jean-Paul Jacques. And it's published by Good Games Publishing.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about quality of pieces. So I think the tiles are
they're
okay.
linen finished.
Yeah, I mean, they're good. I mean, they're tiles.
And it's pretty much all you get is tiles and these little wooden tokens.
Which are screen printed.
Yeah, they are screen printed.
So that's kind of nice. I actually do like the scoreboard for this, though.
Yeah. It's built into the box.
It's built into the box, which I like.
I don't understand the red and white motif. Maybe for the boat sail, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. It's just kind of a weird pattern, but
it works.
Yeah, it works.
It works. I kind of like this. Well, you see the land and the sea. This icon's red and black, so maybe it's just a little bit play to make this stuff pop.
And then you get 2 these are huge. All these are just telling you some of the alternate rules for scoring.
Well, hey, they remind you of stuff.
But you can see them from a distance. So they're fully functional. They didn't need to be that big, but it's fine that they are.
Yeah. So overall quality of pieces. I mean, I think they did okay with what they had. So I'm probably gonna give this a 7. My brain's not working.
Well,
there are numbers out there.
Numbers
guys.
1 through 10. You have a 10% chance of getting the right score.
You know, I mean,
unless you go with we did partials, so that's actually it decreases your odds.
Well, just
I mean, given the fact that all this is tiles, it's hard to go any higher because there's just not that much to the game.
But it's nice.
But all the pieces that are there are nice.
Exactly, that's kind of where it was. That's why it's at a 7.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So let's talk about theme. It's land versus sea. It's tile placement.
Yeah. I mean, this is basically, if you played Carcassonne, this is Carcassonne Light or Carcassonne Dual. I don't know what you would call it, but it's a 2-player variant of Carcassonne.
No, but
even though it's not officially Carcassonne.
So about the theme though, with the variant rules, you create trade routes, which I think kind of adds to the theme as well. And then the mountains and the coral, you get points for extending out mountain ranges or coral bases. That's actually a pretty nifty as far as theme goes. I think they thought about it and did a pretty good job on doing this. And then where cool and interesting things are, you'll get bonus, like this giant turtle. You get 2 victory points if you've established that in a closed off area.
We're talking about gameplay now, though. This is theme.
Well, I'm saying all of that rolls into theme, so I think that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to give a 7 for theme. I think it's, there's some elements to it. I love the art.
I would say I like that they put little cartoonish different things on each tile. I mean, some of them are repeats, but most of them, I mean, it's a lot of variety. You've got, I like the little sea creatures and then the battles. There's a dancing knight. I don't know why he's dancing, but it's fun. There's a tiger on there. You got giant turtles. I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff. And a piratey theme a little bit with the ships. I like the theme. I mean, it's nothing spectacular, but I think 7's fair.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to actual rules. So you read them.
Yeah, the rule book is actually longer than I expected. It's 20 pages long for this.
Wow, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Well, you said there were 3-player and 4-player variants.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of that?
Well, they don't add much. most of the variant is they're walking you through all of this extra scoring stuff. So there's a lot of big pictures. I mean, most of the book is pictures.
Well, I mean, that's good, though.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, it's not a big-sized manual, so it's like a half-sized manual, so because the box is pretty small. And the pictures and illustrations are great. They handhold you through. You really don't need to start out with none of the variants because it's a very basic game as far as.
I mean, I guess it depends on how many. I mean, if you're accustomed to playing board games.
This could work as an entry-level game easily.
Yeah,
this is definitely an entry-level game. And then when you add on top of that, they let you walk through the scoring. That's a nice thing for entry. For us, there was no way we would have wanted to play it at the base level because it would have been.
No, but I mean, as it stands, it's good.
Yeah, but adding in the variants made it nice.
Yes.
There is a little backstabbing. There's nothing huge, stealing tiles from each other. It's not super heavy. As far as the rule book, it's big font, good illustrations. It's broken out and sectioned nicely. There's no confusion in it. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 9. It's well done.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's actually talk about gameplay. So it's a tile placement, guys. You have 2 tiles at the start of the round, and then you play one and you pick one up. Now, there are some little caveats. There is this symbol here that lets you play both of your tiles that you have. And then the other one is the steal one. So this icon is for theft. So if you play this, then you steal one of your opponent's tiles. But that does mean you don't get to draft one. So kind of keep that in mind. It's not like you get 3 tiles for a round or 2.
Yeah.
And then the other aspect as well. So there's some things about the tiles. So we mentioned corals and mountains. If you make a coral range or a mountain range, you get a victory point for every one of them.
If you're playing with that variant.
If you're playing with the variant. And then also, if you're playing with the variant of the trade routes, every time you add to the trade route, which are ships or caravans, and you can mix the two, so it can be a ship, caravan ship if you wanted it, and it has a length of forward. You get 2 victory points. But in the end of the game, when whoever has the most either ships or most of the caravan, then they get 3 additional points. So other than that, it literally is very much like Carcassonne, is you're trying to create a complete body of water or a complete body of land. If you are, like I was land, Randy was sea. So he's trying to fill in the bodies of water, and I'm trying to fill in the bodies of land. So, I mean, and that's pretty straightforward. And again, you get a victory point for every single tile that's in that closed off area once you complete it. Oh, and then also we mentioned about cool things that occur. So like this one, there's this giant sea turtle. It gives you, if you can close it off, it gives you 2 extra victory points for that water area.
Well, not because of the turtle, because there's X's on it or crosses depending on.
Right, but the assumption is it's because you have a giant turtle there. It makes it interesting.
Well, there's a flying pig.
Yeah, well, the flying pig gets 2. Then you have like the sea monster gives you 2. Then you have like a seashell that gives you 3, a dragon that gives you 1, a treasure area gives you 3. So like I said, all those things, they're interesting, but you know how many points they're worth because of those little X's there.
Also, we should point out the tiles are 2-sided, and you get to decide which side you're going to play. You only get to see the top of the tile when you're choosing. There's 2 stacks of tiles to choose from when you're drafting, but you get to choose. You can't look at the other side when you're choosing. So
I'm really glad you chose the turtle and not this ugly fish thing.
So when there is a little strategy to this. I mean, you're playing the tops of the stacks to figure out what's going to play. You can see how many sides are on for the front of it, but you can't see what's on the back. You can see what your opponent has, and if you might have a stealing tile to take one away that might help them or hurt you or vice versa.
Randy.
And then there's all the basics of Carcassonne, where you can blockade and force, like if you're playing in Carcassonne and be building a city, and somebody can make it more difficult for you to complete the city by adding things that are obstacles to that.
Yeah, Randy.
But in this case, it's bodies of land and bodies of water.
Yeah, so I will say, parts of me actually like this better than Carcassonne because you're trying to complete
which parts, like your spleen, or is it?
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Just
stick
move
you with
on.
the fork. Is what I'm gonna
In
do.
my spleen.
Yeah. No, what the things I like about Carcassonne is that I'm sheerly focused on land. Where in Carcassonne there's so many other things to focus on. I don't know. It just seems kind of diluted. Maybe it makes more for a complex game, but that's not when you play a game like this. That's not maybe what you're shooting for. The other aspect that I kind of like, I like the theme better than Carcassonne. Don't know why. I think, or maybe it's just prettier. So overall, I actually probably played this over Carcassonne.
Really?
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I don't agree with you on that at all, but I love Carcassonne for what it is. It's, I like the variety and the fact that you're not only playing the tile, but playing the worker to make the decision how you're going to use the tile. But this one, it's fun I think it feels like Carcassonne Duel, is what I said. It feels like it's a two-player variant.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's 2 players, too. It's a good, solid 2-player. I honestly don't think I would play this with 3 or 4. That just seems weird with the mechanics that are out there. I don't think
the
this
fact
is a 3
that
or
the
4
company that was releasing it told me, it's really a 2-player. You can play it 3 or 4, but try it 2. It makes me think that that's really what it's designed for.
That's what it's designed for. I wouldn't play this with 3, but for me and you to get this out when we're wanting a quick game, I totally would do this.
Yeah, I will say the reason this caught my eye was that, first of all, it's by the same people that make Funfair, and I really enjoy Funfair.
Yeah.
Or actually, I should say Unfair.
Yeah.
Funfair is also by the same company, but that's the friendly version of Unfair. I look forward to doing that review. But that's the banners they had. I saw, this is Unfair's booth, so I always like to look at their booth. This caught my eye as a quick game, but they also have another one we picked up with their Guild. I think it's Guild Wars. That I'm looking forward to, and they said that was the Gamers Game version. So I was going to get that one anyways. I was like, all right, just grab both of them. So I really didn't know what this was when I picked it up. I just saw it look like a light, quick tile-laying game. And it was. It was exactly as advertised.
I liked it. I like it for what it is.
Yeah.
Is it something like if I'm in the Great Western Trail mood, am I going to pick this out? No. But if I am looking for a light filler game, then this is perfect.
Yeah.
Score it, though.
Again, it's not my cup of tea as far as the type of games I generally like. It is a tile-laying game. It's quick. It's an intro game. As for that purpose, I'll give it a 7. It's fine. I'm
actually going to give it a little bit more, but like I said, I like this better than Carcassonne, so I'm actually probably going to give this an 8. I really actually enjoyed it. Plus, I see me and my mom playing this.
Oh yeah.
I see this in a lot. Yeah, I know. I see a lot of. She'll kick my butt too. So I see a lot of versatility to this, and I actually really enjoyed this. I think it's one of those when I go to play them in Azul, I want a mind-numbing puzzle game.
Mind-numbing? Mindless, I think you mean. Yeah. Mind-numbing would be painful.
No, it means lack of pain.
Okay.
Anyway, but regardless, it's just something that you could just do while you're chit-chatting with your friends or something like that. So I like it. So that's me. I give it an 8.
All right. Well,
all right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Hopefully you guys had a blast, and hopefully we'll catch you guys again later. Bye.
Bye.